Welcome back to Join Our Town. I'm Dr. Bev Martin, and we have an exciting guest with us in the person of Miss Lauren Firestein.
Hi.
Welcome. She's the Executive Director of the Boys and Girl Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Fayette County. The issue is youth, and our topic is youth mentoring. And we hear a lot about mentoring these days. And we'd like to know, why is it so widespread now as opposed to in the past?
Mentoring has been increasing over time. I think it's mostly due to the fact that organizations like Big Brothers Big Sisters have been gaining speed, doing their own research studies, and really finding out whether mentoring is successful. And in their latest study, they did find out that it does have a huge difference on children's lives. For children who are considered at risk for possible risk-taking behaviors or possibly dropping out of school early, having a positive adult role model really can alleviate some of that risk and get them to, they're a lot less likely to do drugs at a younger age, they're more likely to do better in their homework, more likely to do better with their parents and their peers, and in general it sort of just compensates for any other deficiencies in their lives.
Do you look for certain things in selecting the right mentors?
Yes, most of the time the mentors come to us, they have the right motivation to start off with. They want to help kids, they want to be there to make a difference. But we also tell them that it's not like they're miracle workers. They're not supposed to be therapists, they're not supposed to be parents, definitely not teachers. Definitely not supposed to be Santa Clauses and bringing them presents all the time, but they really just want to have a willingness to be a friend to a kid. And that sort of comes out in what they do, and we tell them you're not supposed to be doing anything really elaborate with them. You just spend time with them and talk. A lot of times these kids don't get that sort of one-on-one attention.
And just to have that listening ear.
And also a lot of the mentor also helps them with sort of their cognitive abilities. A lot of times these children don't get asked their opinions or don't get asked to state what they want. So giving them choices about where would you like to go today is really new to them.
Okay, and what is the misconceptions about mentoring? Because with our today's society, people are kind of a little bit skeptical of even an adult that comes and say, I want to help. So can you shed a little light on that for us?
Sure. I mean, first, a lot of the mentors think it's going to be a huge time commitment and then it's going to take over their lives. It's really, we hope it's not. We tell them only to spend an hour a week with a child. So that's an hour that you normally would be sitting on the couch watching TV, and instead you're going out and having fun with a kid. A lot of them are concerned about what are they going to do, trying to meet someone that's many, many years younger than them, what would they do? And we tell them that for the first month or two, or maybe even 3 to 6 months, it's just supposed to be a learning experience and building that relationship. So we don't expect them to know what's going on, and we do provide a lot of support. So we talk to them every month and say, how are things going? Is there anything I can help with? Parents are very enthusiastic about signing their kids up. They think this is going to be the solution to everything, and that they can just hand them over to a mentor and everything's going to change. And that's also a misconception, because the parents are the biggest influence on their kids. So even with the mentor, the parents need to be aware of their own role and taking an initiative in the child's lives.
And many times we notice this in the school system, that the parents expect to just pass them off to the teachers and say, work a miracle. But as you said, the parents have the greatest influence.
Yeah, it really starts at home, and I wish my program could reach out more to those individuals and sort of work with parents, especially when they become parents very young. They don't have the skills yet of what they should and shouldn't be doing, and if the children had a more of solid foundation at home, they might not need our mentors. They might not need the teachers to be there for them.
If the parents can be, like I said,
get more
can
skills.
Be a friend but still provide that structure that's needed.
That's another
discipline.
That's what I've heard a lot of, is that a lot of the parents, when I talk to teachers, they seem like the parents want to be too much of a friend.
Too much, yeah.
That they don't actually sit down and discipline and set rules and boundaries, and that's what these kids really need.
And so you've got to you have a dual role as a parent. Okay, besides mentoring, with the what do at-risk children need to succeed, or at-risk teens?
I think the children need a sense of belonging. I think that our community should step up and say that kids are important. They're going to be our next executives and next business leaders. They're going to be the ones, in a couple of years helping us out. So I really wish that the community would take a greater role in appreciating our youth, as opposed to saying, oh, those kids are bad kids, I don't want to deal with them, And you know, there's other situations, and recognizing that not everyone comes from the same background as we do, and sort of stepping up so that everyone recognizes and can support these kids, so that even if they're not a one-on-one role, that they get help from their churches, they get help from their schools, and they just feel like they're appreciated.
In other words, just even give them a smile instead of looking at all the negative things that they do. We have so many positive things, and a lot of times we want to point a finger at the teen and the negatives, but I said we fail to realize home is one of the major problems.
Yeah, I also think one of the things they need is new experiences and to get out of their environments. One of the things that my organization has done a lot in the past is take the kids out to Reds games and Colts games and take them places, which has been really beneficial. I mean, one of the children came on a trip with us and didn't know what an escalator was, and he was scared to get on the escalator.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, imagine they've never left their town, they've never even left their neighborhood, most likely, and to get out and see new things, to see a college campus maybe would give them that expectation, like, hey, maybe I could go here in a couple of years.
I know we took younger children out this summer, and it was just really exciting, and the things that they retained, just taking them to some of the exciting things in Columbus and other places and museums, and we have just a lot of things available that excite them, and maybe we assume, well, they've already, that they know what we know, but it's a new experience.